Oh. Okay. Nice music choice for the start. The main theme is not to get too excited and buy stuff blindly. The man on the stage calls it Eureka moment of the generation. You need to try very hard to impress me. Galaxy is truly phone of the future. We will see it. 14 Pro Visual Engine. It will fuel the power of the device, so Galaxy phones will have more GPU and NPU power, and this new Pro engine with the driver will help with communication with camera, with AI features inside the phone. They removed the feature. Galaxy phones will have AI-powered cameras. Also, they advertised 60% larger pixels. We will see how will this affect low-light performance. There was very little talk about new glass, new sensors, and if we see it has 10 megapixels. Also, telephoto lens got stabilization inside. Also, they talked about AI spatial zoom, where you can press to the object and it will automatically reframe and zoom to this exact place on the screen.
Everyone, welcome the one and only Mr. Beast.
What's up, everybody? I'm going to tell you about the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra.
Slow motion, AI slow motion for normal videos. For example, you shoot video in normal frames per second, 25, 30, 50, 60, and AI will automatically try to insert fake frames between the normal frames and give you slow motion video. I do not know how will it appear, because I love slow motion and there was no to show. I will buy this phone, make a full review. Ability to switch all lenses, including selfie and multicam. I love it. Samsung do not have the best, the most impressive cameras in the game, but the combined features and powers checks all the boxes for my work. This year they have nicely polished 3 years old tech and fixed almost all the gaps in the camera system. This quick share feature on very solid cameras that can do everything. Not exactly great, but more than good. All the time in all aspects. But if you find all the features that I discussed today useful, or you have money to spend, you will get a very good device that looks and feels premium.
Android users will be able to file share across more devices, moving beyond Galaxy phones and other Android devices.
Hello my friends, I want to talk about phone of the future from Samsung. While I made my final Vivo review video, there was 2025 Galaxy Unpacked event with S25 Ultra. So everything was the same old story. Nothing has changed. It was total cringe. It is the same behavior as on Apple with their iPhones. It is a disaster in the technological sphere, in the smartphone market, because other countries' companies, as well as Chinese smartphone manufacturers, now can bring their standards even lower and raise their price tags. Almost the whole presentation was just Google related. I don't even understand why they spend so much time talking about software-based features that has nothing to do with Samsung phones. The same old crap story. I can care less about Google and their spine machine. They changed their design. So corners are now round. Just whoa, what a true innovation. Definitely the phone of the future. You know, after using S24 Ultra and watching initial Galaxy Unpacked in Las Vegas in 2024, I can say that almost everything they stated in the previous presentation was just a marketing fluff. I was so disappointed with this phone and nothing from what they told me was true. So this year I won't believe anything they say. And I urge you not to be overhyped and to look at this stuff more realistic. Cameras just insane. Year after year they are selling the same old crap. Almost nothing new. They have changed ultra-wide. Wow. And I will show you next why it is a necessity. Because images on S24 Ultra's ultra-wide lens are beyond crap. So bad photos. And arguments that everything goes online does not work here. Because I had problems with Samsung's photos even when I posted them online. Not even funny how bad photos look in some conditions. Also they have introduced HDR 10-bit videos. Whoa, what a true innovation. Even 5 years ago I could do 10-bit log footage. on $200 budget smartphones. Lock video is already on the smartphone market scene for 10 years. There is nothing new in this feature. Vivo phones has lock video recording built in. Xiaomi phones have lock video recording also. Even smartphones from Honor has lock video recording. Nothing new here from Samsung. Even on S24 Ultra, using third-party apps, I could do lock video recording in 10-bit. And what I want to mention, even if I use lock on S24 Ultra, because of camera hardware, image is just falling apart. Shadows are very noisy, dynamic range is very low. It is not an easy task to color grade this footage, and even if you spend lots of time in post, video still looks like crap. I can use lock video recording from Chinese phones such as Vivo, Xiaomi, Oppo, and image looks nice. Dynamic range is good. There is no problems in the shadows. I can even push and pull this footage in terms of shadows, highlights, but S24 Ultra image is just falling apart. So, almost the whole presentation was just cringe Google features, with almost zero hardware innovations, and the attempt to explain us why you should pay $1,300 for a 256 gigs of storage, that in reality should cost $600 maximum. Total insanity. By the way, in the place where I stay right now, on the Samsung website it shows me that pre-order is $1,600 for 256 gigs of storage, 12 gigs of RAM, and very old Gen 1 USB Type-C in 2025. What a garbage. Right now I'm feeling like boycotting this company. Right now I have only one device from Samsung, it is Galaxy Watch 4 Classic, that I use with my Vivo phone. But I kinda want to sell it. I don't want to have anything to do with this company. Battery life is garbage anyway in these watches. It is precious for me just because it is a gift from my wife. So, presentation is total cringe, hardware level is pure garbage, almost everything is just software advertisement, and I won't believe a single word from them about their true AI assistant. Last year they talked so much about smartphone of the future, the first AI smartphone, and it appeared to be completely false. So, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I won't allow this company to fool me twice. I was very hyped about S24 Ultra last year. I watched that event and made live reaction videos, the cringiest videos on my channel to this day. Please don't watch them. But in the end, I made final review video of the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It is called Buy Anything Else. And I think that S25 Ultra will be the same story, the same situation. So I think that I won't buy any Samsung products this year, maybe only if price will be same. Because no way I'm gonna spend $1,600 right now for 12 gigs of RAM. Want to remind you, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, and very old Gen 1 USB Type-C. Thank you, but no. And I want to show you some pictures of my Galaxy S24 Ultra. Everything that you see on the screen right now is from this phone. This video won't be too long. I will try my best, because it is almost nothing to look at. On Samsung I don't even have to zoom in that much to understand that image is very soft without any details, that sometimes contrast levels are too low. It is ultra-wide lens, as you can see image is very mushy. Everything is not very defined. Here is main sensor, the same situation. If I start to zoom in even slightly, image is instantly falling apart. Everything is very soft, but not pleasantly soft, not enough details on this image. And foliage is very mushy. First telephoto lens is very weak. We already can see tons of noise inside shadows even during the daylight. The same pattern, soft, undetailed image with very low contrast levels. And tons of noise inside shadows. And by the way, some people say that Samsung image is very oversaturated, but in reality it is not. I always found myself adding a lot more saturation on my photos. 5x telephoto, slightly better. But still, image suffers a lot. And again, all this during the daylight. And I want to show you some examples. Again, during daylight, ultra-wide lens, phone of the future Galaxy S24 Ultra. I won't even zoom in. I don't know how it will look like on your small smartphone screen right now, but even without zooming in, image is just falling apart. I see tons of noise levels in the shadows. It is just undescribable how bad it is. And even in the light areas, where tons of sunlight, we can see very mushy image. Complete crap. So this new ultra-wide lens in S25 Ultra is not something brand new upgrade, but total necessity. A band-aid on the open wound. Oh, no. And here, ultra-wide lens again, real estate situation. Just look at this total mess, complete garbage. I have no words to describe how bad I felt after using this device and spending $1,300. And right now the shop where I bought S24 Ultra wants $1,600 for S25 Ultra. No way I'm gonna spend that much. We can see problems with dynamic range. Image is just complete trash. Again the same situation, problems with dynamic range, overblown highlights, and trash noise performance. No way I can post this online. For example, if you want to sell your real estate, you will have problems with this image even if you post this online. It is just unfixable. You cannot add saturation, you cannot add contrast. Image will just fall apart. It is already fallen apart. Jeez. One more situation, ultra-wide lens, we can see tons of natural light coming from this large window, but still, noise patterns are visible even without any zooms. Image is just... oh no, Samsung no. Can someone please explain me the level of photography on this phone of the future of 2024? I think that you get an idea, no need to show this again and again, but we can see that image is just total garbage, almost completely unusable even for social media and online stuff. So dirty image, no words, only emotions, sadly bad emotions. Little bit more for ultra-wide lens, image is very soft, in a bad way, like it is physically hard to watch. My eyes are very struggling right now, like I'm looking to the screen through a pair of glasses, like it is not in focus, and I can see tons of chromatic aberrations. And again, evening, low light, ultra-wide lens, tons of noise and mushiness on phone of the future. Like, I'm not a big fan of the ultra-wide lens on Vivo, but here it is just a complete garbage. Like, where is the texture of this road? Of these bricks? It is completely lost. Here a little bit more of the ultra-wide trash. Just what the frick? What the hell? Samsung, please explain. Here is main sensor situation is slightly better, but still, image is just too noisy. It has tons of problems. What is going on with these noise levels? And it is not just one rare occasion. This elevator has two large lights, and still, phone of the future struggled a lot. Ultra-wide lens, like, what the freak is this? Samsung, what is wrong with you? I want to quickly compare it with Vivo smartphone. It is Vivo X100 Ultra. And in this situation, light was a lot worse. There were only couple of small bulbs, and it was a lot dimmer than in this elevator. But still, I can see night and day difference in terms of colors and contrast levels. Of course, both images are not very good. Ultra-wide lenses are usually the weakest link in the smartphones. But what the freak, Samsung? It is unacceptable even for low-end, ultra-budget smartphones. The same situation with main sensor. Very mushy, undetailed image, tons of noise, contrast levels are non-existent, and colors are very weak. Again, Vivo X100 Ultra. Like, what are you doing, Samsung? It is just insane. By the way, Vivo is not a cheap smartphone also. I paid $1,200 for this smartphone, but it is 1 terabyte, 1000 gigs. Samsung is a lot more expensive, but has only 256 gigs of storage. And now in my region it is even more expensive. To get 1 terabyte I should pay almost $2,000. No way, no thanks. Oh my god. Samsung. Now first telephoto on Samsung. Like, I don't even have to zoom in that much. It is already visible without any pixel peeping. Second telephoto lens, 5x on Samsung. Of course it is better than first one, but Oh, still. Almost unbearable noise performance on Samsung. Also, I want to talk about selfie camera, because it is trash also. I'm not a big fan of selfie camera on my Vivo, but on Samsung, it is just pure garbage, almost in all situations. Example here. Lots of light in this room. That image is already broken. For example, here on Vivo, in the same room but with more dim light. I'm not a big fan of over-sharpened look on this Vivo's selfie camera, but it is nothing compared to this level of results from the phone of the future. And it is not just one rare occasions. I can see this trend almost every time. For example, situation here. Why it is so cheap and bad looking? Oh, Samsung. No, Samsung. Thank you, but no. Most of the time I got this result in the low light with selfie camera on Samsung. Maybe they have fixed some of it during this time, but these 7 months that I used this phone was full of pain and torture. Like, why it have to look like this? Here, Vivo, again. It has a lot more details. And I'm not a big fan of this over-sharpened look, but I can take it any day of the week over this garbage. It was every time repeatable. Like, complete absence of details. Image is soft but not pleasantly soft. There are just no details. Image is very mushy. Also, I faced lots of problems with dynamic range. And again, it was not just one rare occasion. It was very repeatable. Just complete absence of the sky. Last example of selfie camera, low light. Without any zooms, tons of noise all over the place. What is wrong with my eyes? At night I have very large pupils, but looks like Samsung is using this AI morphing that distorts image a lot. Just what I'm looking at. Again, here is Vivo, and I'm not a fan of this selfie camera. But after using these so-called smartphones of the future, I even started to like this image. So, in S24 Ultra, ultrawide lens is just a complete garbage. Main sensor is mediocre at best, but in my eyes it is very bad. And both telephoto lenses has tons of problems also. If I zoom in even slightly, image starts to fall apart. Something is very wrong with this background blur. It is too busy and very ugly. And again, noise everywhere, and mushiness. And some people say that Chinese phones are just AI mess, and Samsung is so natural, so organic looking image, without any AI stuff. But as soon as you start to use digital zooms on Samsung, AI just becomes crazy, with tons of morphings on your image. Complete mess, just unusable. Here is digital zoom inside ultra premium super duper flagship smartphone of the future. So natural and organic image. Of course, says no one. So I dislike to use this smartphone in terms of photography in all aspects, and not only for fun and nerdy photography, but some shots were unusable even for social media and online stuff. As soon as I added even slight level of saturation and contrast, everything just fall apart. Telephoto sensors has problems with dynamic range also. We can see lots of overexposure and mushiness in shadow at the same time. Bad highlight performance and bad shadow noise performance. And this is happening both at the same time. Crazy, just insanely crazy. Here is main sensor during the daylight, lots of natural sunlight, and you know what? Samsung has some potential. But hardware is just complete mess. And the problems are not only small details. My biggest problems are contrast levels. Look how image is almost dirty. Like a thick layer of dirty film is stuck on this lens. While on Vivo we have lots of contrast and micro contrast and color separation. And I can place here any smartphone from Oppo, from Xiaomi. It is just completely different leaks. Like I'm looking at ultra budget smartphone from several years ago. And here, like I'm looking at the conventional mirrorless camera. And by the way, it is not fake background blur here. It is natural bokeh from this sensor. Like, what are you doing, Samsung? Here on Vivo, again, night and day difference in terms of contrast, in terms of color and color separation. On Samsung, everything is just too undefined and mushy every time. Main sensors has problems in the shadows even during the daylight. Like, what is going on? How it is even possible? I'm zooming in just to show you noise patterns. And it is every time. Like, just look how noisy and mushy it is. So weird and ugly. What is going on with dynamic range? Situation will be always the same. I have a lot more examples, but it is so uninspiring to show this garbage to you. What is going on with AI morphing? Why all those lines are skewed and distorted? Oh. On Samsung I always find lack of contrast and saturation, and if I zoom in, image is very soft without crisp extra details. I'm not over-exaggerating right now when I am saying that it is hard to watch on Samsung image. Really, I want to touch my eyes because looks like I'm looking through a glasses, like my eyes are not in focus. Even on telephoto lenses, even without any zooms, I can see how bad it looks on Samsung. There is nothing natural, nothing organic in this look, it is just bad. And please pay attention at the contrast levels and colors. Like, I'm not saying that it is the best image in the world on this Vivo, but on Samsung it is just trash. Sorry, but it is. And I don't think that on S25 Ultra it will be completely different. Here is some indoor shots. Phone of the future versus Vivo. And I want you to pay attention not only on level of details, but mushiness and noise. Even on this white wall. This is what made these shots unusable for me even for social media and online stuff. Crazy. Also, I want to check a level of details here, in the exact same location and time of the day. Alright, Samsung. So little details, so mushy image. Just look at this fence, at the metal bolt on these metal sheets, how well defined it is on your left. Also, I want to see how Vivo X200 Pro stacks up against phone of the future. Yeah, it is maybe slightly better, but X100 Ultra is just unmatched in terms of pure image quality. And by the way, Samsung used term Nightography in their presentation. Nightography means that you will get very nice images in low light and at night. And you know what? It is so atrociously awful. I have no words to describe it. Look, this is main sensor. And image is complete garbage. And I want to show you the image on Vivo. Let's zoom in a little bit. And you know, image is slightly better, not bad. But you know what? It is freaking ultrawide lens on the Vivo. 14mm. Samsung, what the freak? What are you doing? Why? how it is possible that it is ultra-wide level of performance on the main freaking sensor. Here is main sensor on Vivo. Another example, both are digital crops on main sensor. And what I can say, Samsung, please get lost with this cringe level of nightography. And if we use telephoto lens, it will be even greater difference. Like, hello Samsung, 2025. How many years more you want to sell us your garbage camera hardware? Year after year for the same price or even higher each year. Crazy stuff. Insanely crazy stuff. Now let's look at another example, but in the same location with the exact same lighting, exact same time of the night. Very bad looking image with tons of noise. So, here is a true level of nightography from Vivo, and this is what I wanted to see after looking at the Galaxy Unpacked presentation from 2024. This is what I thought when I was buying Samsung phone, but not the crap that I got. No way I'm gonna believe any word from you in 2025 with Galaxy S25 Ultra. Especially after you almost changed nothing in your hardware. Ultra-wide lens is nothing, like a band-aid on the amputated leg. Like look on the Vivo, small hairs on the skin, little dots, the texture of the lips. And on the Samsung I see only texture of the freaking noise and mushiness. I'm really wondering how many Samsung fans will fight with me in the comment section, saying that I'm lying and Samsung is very nice and photography very natural and organic, and you are just zooming in too much. No one is doing it and it is alright for the social media. And of course how Samsung is so great in terms of software, ecosystem, that it is alright that we are using very outdated garbage camera hardware, outdated, very slow charging speeds again this year, the slow charging speeds, and the old slow Gen 1 USB Type-C. Want to remind you, official Samsung here in this country want $1,600 for the pre-order. No way, just no. That is not just one rare occasion. And please keep in mind, I am talking about Samsung company, but not a Samsung user. If you are a Samsung fan and you enjoy your smartphone, I accept in you as it is. I don't want to fight your choice of smartphone. Please use it and be happy. Really, I wish you only happiness in your life. But please, can diehard Samsung fans tell me, do they want to see this level of performance inside their Samsung phones? Why it should be like this? Imagine if Galaxy S25 Ultra made this level of photos. Why not? Why we should get this garbage instead? It is a reason why I ditched out Samsung. It had tons of problems not only in terms of photography and video, but software. And of course handling experience and other stuff, which I won't talk about in this video. I already have dedicated video for that final Samsung review. It is called Buy Anything Else. More example of nightography from our smartphone of the future. And by the way, here Samsung has a very large advantage, because it is a lot more brighter here. At least two large lights like this are shining very bright in the face of my model here. And on Vivo we have only small little lantern. The same patterns, a very mushy noisy image across the whole frame. No eyebrows, eyelashes lost, nothing on the lips. And colors are very dull. Nothing natural about it. Main sensor, the same location. I can easily read this text. I can see lots of details. Textures. Image is very well defined on Vivo. Very specular glass with very nice, naturally saturated colors. This is exactly how it looked in reality, not so dull and desaturated like on Samsung. So noisy, with green patches inside shadows on Samsung. Image is a lot more natural on the right. You know, on the left, like I'm looking on the smartphone of the past, and on the right, on the smartphone of the present. And soon we will see more advancements, I hope, in the Vivo X200 Ultra, Xiaomi 15 Ultra, Oppo Find X8 Ultra. By the rumors, Oppo will be global this year. The same location, in the low light. And immediately, I hope you can see on the small smartphone screen, how different are those two images. Really, like I am comparing old cheap smartphone against mirrorless camera. And not because Vivo is just so good, but because Samsung is just that bad. Next example. And I think everything is just clear as day. Look at the texture of this metal. I can see those drops of the rain. The difference is so drastic that it is not even funny. And even something as simple as taking photo of the grass in the same low light conditions. It is just night and day difference. But most importantly, for me, it is colors. Image looks very dull on Samsung, like it has some sort of yellow-brown tint on all of the color range, where on the other smartphones I see better color separation. So, I think that Samsung needs to go outside and touch some grass and realize that it is not even a competition. So much marketing BS on this. Unpacked events. I don't know why it has to be that bad every time. This is main sensor, by the way. As soon as I start zooming in, image just falls apart, with the same noise and mushy patterns. Like, what the freak is going on with my hairs? Why it is so noisy? It is just ugly. Sorry, Samsung fans. Like, what is this? What is going on? Samsung, why it has to be that bad? So, my friends, I'm very tired of this phone of the future. It is not inspiring. I don't want to waste any more time showing you the same trash results. I want to show you some footage from S24 Ultra, by the way, in the log video recording in 10-bit. I could use 10-bit log video on S24 Ultra as well. Nothing breaks through and new in this S25 Ultra announcement, and the problem with log video on Samsung phone will be very outdated hardware. Small main sensor, very trash ultrawide, very trash telephoto. I had tons of problems with dynamic range, lots of problems with shadows. It was almost impossible to make something usable out of this footage. By the way, I have unboxed the whole Apple ecosystem almost 6 months ago, maybe 7, and still have not edited those videos. I regret that I have recorded it on Samsung, because image looks very bad, but still I will use all this footage in the next videos about Apple products, about M1 Max laptops, 16-inch and 14-inch M1 Pro. I will compare them against 2024 Zephyrus G16 and G14 from Asus. It will have Nvidia RTX 4090 and RTX 4070. There will be lots of laptops testing and laptops reviews in all bunch of applications. Photo editing, video editing, little bit of programming, of course, gaming. I will stress test them to the max, very in-depth. So stay tuned, subscribe, my friends, not to miss these laptops videos, as well as Apple ecosystem. I have used Apple products for almost a year and have lots to say about it. So, my friends, let's finish this video. Thank you for watching. Please don't believe everything those corporations are telling you. Most of this is just overhyped and sometimes straight up a lie. I won't trust even a one single word from Samsung and want to sell my last Samsung device. Beloved Galaxy S4 Classic. No way I want to support this company, and I'm not sure if I will buy this phone for review this year. Anyway, thank you for watching and I wish you a very nice day.